Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Tyler Wysong, and today we're going to be talking about how to hit the male tenor high C. It's very possible that you are somewhere along the beginning of your singing journey and you're still trying to figure out those high notes. You might still be pulling up your chest voice and kind of yelling up there, which is really hard to do on a high C. And so you might just be avoiding that range altogether. But it's also possible that you might be an intermediate or even an advanced level singer. And you're singing really, really well. People like what you're doing, but it's always kind of bugs you because you know that your range caps off at a certain limit and you just haven't found the way yet to break through that ceiling. Well, today I got something for all of you, and I'm going to give you 3 steps to singing the male tenor high C. Let's do this. Step number 1 is think down to go up. We think it's a high note, so we start thinking up here, but what I want you to do is take that high note and bring it down to you. Yeah, yeah. I think down. And the sound is absolutely shifting up, but you think down to go up. Step number 2, this is very, very important, is you need to balance pressure and flow. I feel like this used to be kind of a nebulous subject of how we would go about kinesthetically inspiring people to do this, or even kinesthetically inspiring yourself to do this. But now we have these trusty tools called semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. So there's a million of them that you can do. You can do one of my favorites, the puffy cheek, lip trills, raspberries, straw phonation. You can do all those things. Maybe it's a good idea to experiment with them. But today I have this cool thing. It's kind of a new one I'm experimenting with. It has this little weighted silver ball in there that kind of provides that back pressure. I really like this thing, and it's kind of telling my abs and my support system how much it needs to engage in order to hit that high note. So in other words, I'm balancing my pressure and flow, because that's not falsetto up there, nor is it my chest voice. It feels like something different. It feels like a mix. And then step 3, which is really, really important to figure out this perception, is when you're singing those high notes, and really once you're singing above the passaggio anyway, you want your voice to feel like it has popped up in your head. Now, the sensation is different than just singing in a pure falsetto, but we can use the falsetto as a means to an end to start training a similar sensation that's up in the head. And it's very possible for those of you who feel like you've reached a ceiling, it's because you might just be trying to sing out this way, feels like it goes out and over your tongue, but perceptually you really want it to feel like it just escapes the confines of your mouth and goes up into the head. And a lot of times, especially on a high C for me, it feels like it might go above the head. Those are the steps. Now we're going to put them all together in kind of a goofy exercise that I want to show you today. But there's so many exercises here on YouTube that I wanted to do something different and just show y'all something that I've been playing around with anyway. So this is kind of a pharyngeal exercise in a way, but pharyngeal exercises can a lot of times really pull up the larynx, and I don't want to do that. I want the larynx to stay relatively neutral and comfy. So what you're going to do is you're going to semi-plug your nostrils, and you're going to say, yeah, yeah, like, yeah, yeah, what's up, doc? This kind of thing. So the tongue dorsum is very high. It's almost in contact with the roof of the mouth. And my perception of the ring is behind the nose and vertical and up in the head. It's not coming out this way. You don't say "nya" out that way, because that will lead to a yell. Nya. I know it's not a great sound, but it gets the job done. So when you're doing this, don't think "nya" up that way, because it pulls the larynx up. Think down to go up. Yeah, yeah. Something right. It's just living up there. It's very easy. When the sound escapes the confines of the mouth, perceptually, then it doesn't feel like you have to press here so much. It feels like things are floaty and things can just move around easy. Now, there's some people out there, they don't like that. They don't want their voice to feel floaty for whatever reason. But I notice people who don't like that, their range usually caps off around G or G sharp. And maybe on a really good day, you can get an A. But what if you want to get a D? You have to allow that sound to escape the confines of your mouth if you want to keep going up the range in that tenor high C tessitura. 'Cause I just wanna take someone else's holiday, that someone else's sugar, someone else's sugar sweeter. It's a song I sing. And if I'm going to even stand a chance at singing that whole thing, because I just have to hit that high C several times, if I'm going to stand a chance at singing that whole song through and then singing another song afterwards, I really have to abide by these 3 steps, these principles, if you will. Thinking down to go up, making sure my pressure and flow is balanced, and getting that voice to pop up in the head for those high notes. Now, here's the thing. I just want you to know, I've been working on my vocal technique for about half of my life now. And when I found vocal technique, I became obsessed with it. And I have never quit. There were times I wanted to, because it can be a discouraging journey when you're in the process of searching and seeking out mentors and seeking out experts to help you. It can be tough. So there were certainly times I wanted to give up, but I never did, and I stuck with this for about half of my life. And so, although these 3 steps that I think are absolutely crucial, it does not replace having a systematic plan, something that you're doing daily that is challenging your vocal muscles and your mind's perception every single day. If you're ready to fully commit to getting these high notes figured out, I made something for you. It's called Mixed Voice Masterclass. It's my life's work thus far on how to build and develop a reliable mixed voice that you can actually use to sing songs. If you want to check that out, I got a link down below. So I did want to just take a moment to encourage y'all today. And this was an idea that I've heard about that really kind of changed my life in a way. And it's Waiteba. Waiteba stands for what you think about, you bring about. And it's really tempting in our life when things go wrong, which they do, and they will, because storms happen. It's very tempting to get bitter. But I want to encourage you today, when things go wrong and when they don't seem like they're going your way, don't get bitter. Choose to get better. You see, what you think about, you bring about. And so if a challenging thing happens to you and your mindset is, I don't want to get bitter, I'm going to get better from this situation, the chances are very likely that you will get better through that. You will grow through that situation. And this is scientifically proven. The reticular activating system, the RAS part in your brain, it's a filter in your brain that is doing just that. It's filtering out information. The first bike I ever got was a red bike. And then I noticed all of my neighbor friends had a red bike. Well, that was my reticular activating system. I didn't notice the red bikes because I wasn't thinking about it. But now that I had one, it was fresh on my mind, and I noticed everybody had the same red bike as me. That is your reticular activating system. What if you start saying things like, I am open to receiving greatness. All is well. Good things come to me easily. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I would encourage you all to just think about that. Are you getting bitter, or are you going to get better? Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, join the family, so that way you can be notified when I release more videos just like this one. Until next time.